Episode 8 of The House of the Dragon starts with another time jump, the last one of the season most likely. Aegon and Helaena are married and Rhaenyra has 2 kids now with Daemon, Aegon the younger and Viserys the younger. The older king is however bedbound, and so the control of Westeros goes to his wife Queen Alicent and the hand of the king, Otto Hightower.
Hello there, Joel from Real Talk Movies here. I'd like for you to give this video a thumbs up and hit the like button if you can. Help me reach my sub goal by hitting that red subscribe button. Click that bell button to get notified every time I upload a video. Now let's get on to today's topic.
We see how disgusting and unflattering Prince Aegon is at this point. His mother finds him in a bed, all still of a mess after almost 10 years of still doing the same thing. Pretty much regressed, and Eamonn is quite different, honestly. We see him out there training, and he's very much in the mode. He's got that daemon Targaryen dead stare, and he's got that intensity, he's got that attention to detail, and homeboy is absolutely a thinker, and he's somebody you do not want to mess with. There's a huge conflict within the Greens family, but I think that Queen Alicent, much like Cersei Lannister, couldn't really control her kids, and now they're all sort of doing their own thing. Viserys is helpless and not able to control whatever conflicts are there. We've only had a couple episodes with Platty, and I've been enjoying his portrayal this season. It's a sad thing to see him go, but I'm going to talk a little bit more about his performances later in the episode. Another character I feel is going through a rough time is Corlys Velaryon. He wasn't in this episode. He's off screen and offshore in a battle, and it looks like he might not be able to make it through that battle. His younger brother Vaemond shows up at court and demands to be the next Lord of the Tides. He wants to step in front of Rhaenys and says basically that Laenor, the son of Corlys Velaryon, doesn't have any real heirs. This basically puts him right up against Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra seeks to straighten her claim to the Driftmark by talking to Rhaenys privately. She offers her sons to marry the daughters of Laena and Daemon. This would of course set Rhaenyra in control of both King's Landing and the Driftmark. It seems like Rhaenys Targaryen is leaning towards her side, but isn't all the way there with her. Princess Rhaenyra and her husband Daemon arrive to the court with their kids, along with Queen Alicent and her kids. Before Rhaena can even defend her claim, King Viserys shows up and basically wants to be the king again for one more day for that last hurrah. The king asks his cousin Rhaenys for her advice, since of course she is the wife of Corlys Velaryon, who of course is not there to represent himself. Rhaenys decides to get the Driftmark to one of Rhaenyra's sons, along with marrying them with one of Laena's kids. This angers Vaemond even further. He points towards the sons of Rhaena and calls them bastards. This angers King Viserys, and he demands for his tongue. We didn't even get to the tongue part because Daemon executes Vaemond, cutting his head in half, saying, oh, he can keep his tongue. A feast is thrown for both families, and Viserys is hoping that everyone can be peaceful and civil for one more time. There, however, Queen Alicent publicly proclaims Rhaenyra as the rightful heir with the toast. So you hope and think some of that animosity and division is starting to go away, right? After a couple insults tossed here and there, you see the tension build towards an actual fight. Eamonn gets up and gives a toast of his own to the quote-unquote strong boys of Rhaenyra. This of course is a shot at Jace and Luke's father, Harwin Strong, who of course passed away years ago. Daemon steps forward and breaks it up. We see Daemon and Eamon share a quick but very tense Targaryen stare down. I'm very pumped to see where they take both of these characters moving forward. So if you read the lore, you know where they're going to be going and where they're going to be meeting. Even though Alicent and Rhaenyra started off as friends and tried to reconcile things, I think that division is pretty much there permanently, and my reasoning is because you see it in their kids now. I think once the kids start showing it and the kids start having conflict within themselves, the hatred has passed on to the next generation in a way. Later on, King Viserys retires to his chambers to sleep while on some milk of the poppy. King Viserys mistakes his wife for Rhaenyra when Alicent walks in to console her dying husband. Viserys mistakenly tells Alicent of Aegon's dream, thinking he is speaking with his daughter. He makes a final mistake telling Alicent everything about the true purpose of the House of the Dragon. No doubt Alicent will take this information as an endorsement for her son Aegon to be the next king. The Dance of the Dragons officially begins. That's all from this week's episode, and I found it to be politically engaging as it is brutal. The Vaemond death scene left audiences with jaws on their floor. Absolute classic Game of Thrones moment right there. It's going to be a top 10 moment right there. The pacing of the show is just getting finer each week. Based on the writing, there are no more time jumps, and now we see all the factions with their allies. The Greens will be supported by many who seek to preserve the Westerosi presidents. The Blacks will be supported by those who swore allegiance to Rhaenyra decades ago in front of King Viserys. The war will be bloody, but the politics of the show is really what brings fans back. The tension between Eamon and Daemon just foreshadows towards something bigger and epic. Paddy Considine will be missed, and his run as King Viserys will not be forgotten. The court scene gave us an epic look into how King Viserys was in its prime possibly, and you can see how comfortable Patty was in the role. The whole cast seems to be enjoying the show and adding their own touches each and every week. I can't wait to see how the show will wrap, but give me your thoughts down in the comments below.
Leave this video a like and subscribe for more videos. Check out some of my other videos or the playlist on your screen right now. This has been Joel from Real Talk Movies. See you soon.